What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the podcast. In today's episode, I'm talking about some math, some business math. Don't get freaked out. I promise this is going to be a useful episode for you guys. But when it comes to your business, simple math can really help alleviate stress and make goals more attainable for you guys so you can take things in bite-sized chunks. But without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. Glad to be back with you guys as usual. Hopefully you guys are doing awesome. The end of summer is finally here, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of cool, cool literally and figuratively, because it's almost time for, all the other good stuff as far as the holidays coming, pumpkin spice season, whether you either are on the bandwagon of hating it or loving it. I personally like it a lot, but don't hate me for it. I know it's kind of played out now, but I don't even care. I like what I like, and no one's going to take my pumpkin spice stuff from me. So today's episode is all about math, to help your business. So you remember back when you took geometry or algebra and you wondered, what in the heck would this do for you in the real world? How would this help you in the real world? And maybe you were even stupid like me and took pre-calculus and stats, which I can't even remember anything but me trying to figure it out and being stressed out. I don't remember anything else. I don't think it helped me any other way. And it was like a foreign language, trying to learn a foreign language because of all these crazy things that you had to learn in those classes. But for the most part, I think that's kind of true. A lot of the math you take in school is just kind of irrelevant. You don't use it again other than, basic math. I do use a lot of basic math in my business, but, if you're talking pre-calculus and advanced stat stuff, you really don't use that. At least, a lot of normal people don't use it. I mean, depending on your job, you may use more or less of math. But I find myself using a ton of, basic math to help me set goals and run my business and break things down. And I'm really honestly obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with breaking things down into bite-sized pieces because it just takes a lot of stress away if you know what you got to do each day, each week, each month, your percentage of increase, your percentage of decrease, year-over-year increase, year-over-year decrease, month-over-month increase, decrease. Stuff like that is what I'm talking about that you guys are going to have to get familiar, or should get familiar with, where you kind of can figure out, what's going on with your business. Profit margin is another thing that I use all the time as well, and there's all kinds of calculators out there, so it's really not a hard thing to figure out. You just have to understand what's made up of it. So, a lot of people, when they start their business, they make the mistake of looking at the whole piece of pie, and they forget to really work backwards. You don't order a pizza and shove the entire the entire pizza pie in your mouth, right? Hopefully you don't do that. It's maybe you do, but I'm gonna assume that you don't do that. Usually you take it one bite at a time, one slice at a time. But too often I see people try to shove the entire business pizza in their mouths all at once. So I'm going to help you try not to do that, because that is just going to create a lot of overwhelm, and it helps to break things down so that you guys can take things one day at a time and not try to take the whole pizza at one time. So what I'm talking about really here is just figuring out your numbers, your daily numbers that you have to hit, and come up with a daily goal. And it's something that this is going to change and evolve down the road, but you have to have a starting point of what you want to hit. So usually a good starting point is, maybe you want to do, your handmade business full time someday, or you want to do it part time. So you should have kind of a number in your mind of what you need to hit. I'm just going to use the average. The average income for a single person in the United States is around, I think it's around 50K. I'm just going to use $50,000 because that's a good number. So let's just say that you want to hit, $50,000 in sales a year in your business, or that is your goal, right? So what we're going to do is, break that down. And keep in mind too, if you want to hit, maybe you make 40 or 50K in your normal job, you don't take home that. There's a lot of taxes and stuff that come out of that. So really, it's probably about 35, take home pay. The same thing is going to happen with your business. You're going to have a profit margin. So even if you make $50,000, you're not going to get all that money. But I'm still going to use 50 as a good or as a starting point here. So $50,000 a year, when you break that down, that's about $4,200 a month, $4,166 a month. And then you take that bi-weekly, it's $1,923 bi-weekly, and then that's $961 a week. And then from there, it's $137 a day. All right, so that is kind of your goal. If you want to make $50,000 a year, it really breaks down to $137 a day, which seems a lot more obtainable than $50,000 at the end of the year. But that's what a lot of people do. It's like, I want to make $50,000, but that seems like a tall order. So that really kind of gets you a little bit stressed out and a little overwhelmed right away. Now, keep in mind, $137 a day, you just need to average that. But the nice thing about online business is you can make money every single day, Monday through Sunday, not just Monday through Friday, not just Saturday, Sunday. You can make it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to average out to that amount that you need. So some days you may make $50, some days you may make $300. It's going to vary. So that's why you shouldn't really, you have a daily goal, but don't get stressed out or freaked out if you don't hit the goal or you fall way short, because business will fluctuate from time to time. But anyways, you have a starting point. So whatever your number is, maybe you don't want to start at 50K right away. Maybe you want to start at half that. So half that's going to be around $70 a day. That doesn't seem that bad. That doesn't seem that far out of reach. So you just need to average that amount and shoot for that amount. But if you can kind of take this a step further, you can relate that number. So we're going to take the $137 and we're going to relate that number to what you sell. So say your average product costs or your average sale per customer is $25. So most people sell items that are around the same cost, or it averages out. You'll figure that out in your business. So $25, if you're selling your items at $25, this is really only five and a half sales on average a day to meet that $137 goal. And again, you only need to average that. Some days you're going to do more, some days you're going to do less. So, but this gives you a good starting point. Like say, maybe you're only averaging one sale a day now. You know that you need to get another 3.5 sales a day to get to your goal of 50K a year. That doesn't seem like that far of a reach. So start somewhere. You should have your goals. You don't want to go from 0 to 50K if you're not making any income in your business. So maybe your first goal is one sale a day, and figure out the math on that. What is that going to be? I'm sure that's going to equate to a couple $1,000s a year in your business. But you want to start at a big number and then work backwards. Start at your end goal and then work backwards, and that is your daily goal. That's what you're going to focus on. So then from there, once you know your daily goal as far as your revenue and as far as your actual product sales, you can focus on the things that actually drive sales, which is, working on your shop, of course, SEO improvement, more products, marketing, all those things that you can add in, and you can improve your workflow. You can improve your business. You can improve what you learn and what you understand about SEO. You're going to make improvements the longer that you're in your business. You're going to understand your niche better. So things are going to get better. The only time that they're not going to get better is if you quit doing stuff in your business. You just set it and forget it, right? If you're continuing to work at it, things will get better. Yeah, of course, it's probably not going to be as fast as you want. It's never as fast as we want. But set those goals. So start somewhere. So I would say if you're not making an average of one sale a day, make that your first goal. Maybe you're doing that already, so then make your goal 5, and then maybe you want to bump that up to 10 a day. So whatever you want to get to, take the steps to get there. Don't just start at 10 sales a day because it doesn't work like that, and you'll just get disappointed and demotivate yourself. I know when I first started, my first goal was 1 sale a day. I honestly didn't think that I was going to get there. I was hit or miss. There was many days I would do a stretch of weeks without a sale. So I was like, man, if I could just get 1 sale a day, that would be totally awesome. If I could just get that consistency. But once I got there, then things started to snowball because I already figured it out. By the time you're getting on average of 1 sale a day, you're really learning your niche. You're really learning what's working, what's not working. So it continues to improve once you get that momentum going to 1 sale a day. So once I started hitting that, then it was multiple sales a day, pretty consistently. Now, if I don't get a sale a day, it's pretty devastating because it's very, very rare. I think last year was the first time in 2 years that I didn't get a sale. I had 1 day that I didn't get a sale because of the COVID crisis and all that good stuff. So I was like, I was freaking out. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to go back to, I'm gonna have to call my old boss back. I'm gonna have to polish my resume. It's all over, But it's easy to do that when you're an entrepreneur. Sometimes you freak out a little bit too early, and you just got to give yourself a minute or two to calm down and then realize that, okay, things happen. It's online. It's a business. It does fluctuate from time to time. It's all about consistency and continue to work on your business, especially when things are not going the way that you want them to go. But things will improve. So I would start there, guys. Hopefully that helps you guys as far as break your business down. Start with your big goal there and then do the numbers, do the math as far as what you need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and that will help you guys out. Another thing too is if maybe your product, your average product is $5, well, then you got to sell a lot more of those products to reach your daily goal. Well, maybe you should release a $10 product or a $20 product. That is within your power too, within your niche, if it makes sense. Find ways to increase your revenue per customer within your niche, within what you're selling. It's always good to do that to hit different levels, different income levels within your niche. So that's another tip for you guys too. You don't have to stick to the same pricing. You don't have to stick to the same type of products. You can do different products and different pricing within your niche where it makes sense to get more revenue and to get more revenue per customer as well. So that'll help you guys out. But that's it for today's episode, guys. Hopefully that helps you out as far as breaking things down. If you guys enjoy this podcast, I'd really appreciate you taking the time to leave a quick 5-star review if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you're listening to this podcast. If you guys need more tips, strategies, best practices, make sure you're checking out handmadeandbeyond.com. Lots of good stuff on there to help you in your handmade business to continue to grow, to continue to relieve frustrations and help you guys move forward in the best way possible. Outside of that, I'll be back next week with another awesome episode for you guys. Have an amazing